So let's just go through here, and I'm going to put in some more edge loops here as well. So edit mesh, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to put one there, I'm going to put one there, I'm going to put one there. And then if I go to my interactive split tool, let's split it there. And press G to get the tool again. Put it there. G, that point to the, oh, that's not right. Let's undo that. And we have interactive. Press G there and there. And let's just see what that did. Okay, so that actually helped out quite a bit. And but we still got some things going on here because this is like a triangle, multi-sided polygon. It's not going to do exactly what we want it to do, and we're going to have to do the same thing, of course, over here. So we're going to do that and that and here. And let's see what that does. So that's starting to fix this, that geometry a little bit more. And it's starting to kind of come together, fixing it without doing a heck of a lot of work. It probably would have been better to just start with four-sided polygons and just work your way there too. And now we've got some kind of an issue here as well. And this is going to be a little bit more complicated because to do that, if we were to split it here, it's going to have a triangle here. So what may happen is that you may run into a situation where you're going to have to make a triangle. My intention is to extend these edge loops down around and continue on so all these edge loops are consistent here. But what's going to happen is that I'm going to end up with a triangle. Now, triangles aren't necessarily bad. What they will sometimes do is cause problems with texturing. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you maybe how I would approach this. Is that I'm going to insert two edge loops here, and I'm going to have an edge loop. My intention is to have it continue down this way, and then have another edge loop that is going to continue on down this way. But what that will do is that will start to make triangles. Now, because I'm not hitting quads, four-sided polygons, the edge loops are not going to continue on and connect with there. So now I have to go to my interactive split tool, and I need to connect those here. Now if you notice, I skipped this edge here, but it automatically put a vertice right there and it connected that. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. If I press G, get that tool going again, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to connect it there. And now I've connected these here, and I have a triangle here and I have a triangle there. So the intention is now is to delete some of these edges to eliminate the triangles. Now I'm going to go into my edge tool here, and I'm going to delete this edge right there. Just get rid of it. Now I have a five-sided polygon. If I go into vertice, I'm going to select that vertice, press the move tool, and then I'm going to press V to snap to vertice, and I'm going to snap it up to that vertice just like that. And now I have, if we were to look at this, I have a four-sided triangle, a four-sided polygon there, and a four-sided polygon there, and two triangles. To eliminate triangles, if you have two triangles together, what you can do is you can press the edge tool and select that edge there that's dividing the triangles, delete it, and now you have 1, 2, 3, four-sided polygon. Now this is going to just work its way up here into this section here, and you're going to have to eliminate some of these triangles, but I did effectively eliminate the triangles there. something you need to be aware of. Now remember a few minutes ago when I'm going to go to vertex and I snap these vertices together. If I were to select those, you're going to notice here in my heads up display that there are two vertices there, and that's going to cause you problems. So you want to make sure that those vertices are merged. So I have those two vertices selected. Go to Edit Mesh and Merge, and now if I selected those, it is just one vertice. So now we want to start dealing with this polygon here, which, as you can see, has some edge loops that start here and then they just stop here. And what I want to do is I want to have these edge loops connect and consistently move all around the side of this guitar here. So I'm going to have to do some planning. Now let's just look and see what we've got going on here. We have on this side here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edge loops going on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you see the problem where if we can't really connect 5 edge loops with 7 edge loops. Well, fortunately we have some things that we can do. We have some edge loops here that are probably unnecessary, you know, that we could eliminate on this side here. So I'm going to just start to do that right now, and I'm going to go here to edge loops, and I'm going to say I'm going to get rid of this edge loop. We just want to get rid of 2. We want to eliminate 2, so I'm going to do that edge loop there. I've selected this edge loop that goes all the way around. Now I could just press delete and delete the edge loop, but that's going to leave vertices like you've seen before. I have another thing I can do. I can go to Edit Mesh and go to about 3/4 of the way down, delete edge and vertex. And what that did is that deleted the edge and its vertices that are connecting it. So now I can do the same thing here. I'm going to select this edge loop by double clicking it and just press G, and that will delete edge and vertex all the way around. Now that I have an even number, I can line these up a little bit. So I'm going to select this vertex here and I can move it into place there. I'm going to select this and move it a little bit, line it up with that one, and I'm going to do the same thing and just line these vertices up. And you could do the same thing with this one too. So these vertices are almost lined up. They're pretty good. So with those done, lined up, I'm going to go into object mode, select it, go to my edit mesh, go to my interactive split tool, and I'm going to connect these vertices here. Press G, connect vertice there, G to get the tool again, click, click, enter, G, get the tool again, click, click, enter, G, get the tool again, and enter. And now, as you can see, I have some consistent edge loops going around the edge or the side of the guitar here. If I were to press the 3, go to object mode, press 3 to look at the smoothing, you can see that the smoothing is a little bit cleaner. Now I can add some extra edge loops to sharpen that up. Again, you can start adding edge loops to define the surface a little more. Let's just kind of do that right now. Go to insert edge loop, and we could add an edge loop there. Now we're hitting a 5-sided polygon, so that edge loop is not going to work all that well because we have a edge loop there. Let's just undo that, and let's go to this edge loop. Let's oops, press Z, and let's just get that, edit mesh, and delete edge and vertex. And now that has a 4-sided polygon. Go to edit mesh, insert edge loop, and now the edge loop is going to move around the object there like I've just done there, and go to object mode again. Oops, and I just added an edge loop, and let's look at this, 3, and now we have a sharper edge to define the shape of the guitar just a little better. and keeping four-sided polygons. Now let's just take a look at some of these things up here. Let me show you kind of what's going on here as well. Like I said, there's something separating these, and if I go to the edge tool here, I'm going to select that edge there. I have one edge selected, and if I were to move it, you can see that you kind of see what's going on. Is that there's an edge in there, and it's not really connected to anything. Let's just see if I can connect this. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that this geometry that I have behind there is not there anymore. So let's go to face, and I'm going to delete some of these faces behind here. And sometimes you have to be very careful when you do this, because you may delete something that you don't really want to delete, or delete the wrong thing. And there's just a whole bunch of things going on here, and we're not seeing it, so it might be good if we were just to get rid of all that inside altogether. And I'm going to see if I can get in a little bit closer here. Oh, yeah, there we go. So there's a face. This is a face I do want to delete. Okay, there we go. So now it's clean. Now let's go back to vertex, and I'm going to select that vertice, and I'm going to shift select that vertice there, and I want to connect those two. So I'm going to go to edit mesh, merge, and let's just look at the option box here for a second. And what this is that it's going to either merge two vertices that I select always, or if I select a bunch of vertices that are just, randomly selected, it's going to merge the ones that are really close together. That is the threshold, and I can change that threshold, and that's useful to do. So I'm just going to merge those two, and I merge them right together just like that, and that connected those two vertices there. And then I want to kind of do the same thing here, and I should probably clean up this geometry back here, but oops, but let's just merge these two together and merge those two, and now I've merged that together. Now if we can come back here and let's just see what's going on here. We may not have it completely away. Might not have this completely work, but yeah, it has done a fairly decent job of putting those two together, and then I want to connect these two as well. So let's go back to that mode there, and then we have some more geometry here that's overlapping. So as you can see, it can get very involved. It can get very complicated, but I guess what I'm trying to communicate here is that it's always best to try to keep it clean to begin with. Keep your polygons at quads, which is 4 polygons at the same time, four-sided polygons only. There are exceptions to that rule, but that is kind of the rule of thumb. And just be careful if you start extruding, and if you do like a lot of extrudes off of different edges and different faces, that's where you start getting into some trouble here, and you start getting some geometry that is not necessarily as clean as you would like it to be. But as you can see from this little demo here, I did some cleanup and fixed just that part there. Some other parts need to be cleaned up.